Right, so tomorrow is World Photography Day, and I wanted to do something a little bit different to this video and try and show you what I do with pre-planning side of things when I go and do these vlogs and also my landscape photo shoots as well. So I'm going to split this down into some different areas. So first of all, I'm going to talk about what I want out of the vlog and the equipment I'm going to be using and all that kind of stuff. And then we're also going to go onto the location information and try and plan for that. And then we'll also look at weather planning and also equipment preparation and the planning side of things there. Okay, so first of all, moving on to the vlog. So what I try and do is get the location information first of all, decide on what equipment that I want to be taking with me, list everything that I need. So if it's going to involve wild camping, in this instance it's not, but also all of that equipment is listed on this as well. And also just a general overview as to what shots that I want to try and achieve, and also what I'm going to be, which camera I'm going to be shooting it with. So normally my fill-in shots, I normally film with the Nikon, and my handheld shots when I'm talking to you about the composition and everything, I normally shoot those with the GoPro because the Nikon is tied up taking the pictures itself. The Fuji, that's for the time lapses, and for obvious reasons the drone is for the aerial shots as well. But it gives you an idea, or gives me an idea, as to what I want to try and achieve and what I'm going to be filming it with, so it just saves a lot of time out in the field. Moving on to the location information side of things. So initially I'll be going on to Google Maps and checking out the location that I'm going to be looking at and going to be photographing on there. Now if I've got an Ordnance survey map to go with that, I'll probably use this more than I would Google Maps, because this provides me with a lot more information and gives you a really good lie of the land, all the contours, all the landmarks, and also you get a really good idea of where the sun's going to be rising in the east and where it's going to be setting in the west. Now in conjunction with this, I'll also use an application on my phone called Sun Survey, and that gives me a fairly accurate position of where the sun's going to be rising at, depending on the time of the year, and also where it's going to be setting as well. So with regards to this video, we are going to be going over to Ivanhoe Beacon, and we're going to be shooting over there. I mentioned this in a previous video when I went and photographed the windmill over at Pitstone, and I just thought it would be a good idea to try and get some pictures over here, because I've not been over here for quite a while, and also it's fairly local to me, so it's something that I can be getting up nice and early and getting over there at a reasonable hour as well. Okay, so that's location stuff sorted. Now move on to the weather side of things. So weather, I'll have an initially look at the BBC weather forecast, and that's fairly accurate for giving you a little bit of an idea as to what the weather's going to be doing in a particular area. My ideal weather situation would be some sunshine with some broken cloud. That's my ideal situation, because then you're going to be getting some good sunrises with some cloud detail, and those clouds will help reflect some of that light down possibly, but also it just gives another element into the sky and an extra interest in that sky as well, because when it's a nice clear evening or a nice clear morning, sometimes it doesn't give you that kind of detail in the sky, so it just gives something a little bit of extra in the image. And not only that, then every sky is different as well, because no cloud is the same. But it does have its downfalls. So sometimes you might have a bank of clouds sitting on the horizon, which then causes problems, and it's probably going to block all your nice sun rising light that's coming through, or the sun setting. It's going to block all of that light out. So it doesn't come without its faults, but however, it's something that you kind of got to live with, I'm afraid, and that's just landscape photography. So that's pretty much weather. Oh, one more thing actually. So if I'm heading up into like the national park, one of the national parks, so let's say like the Lake District or the Peak District, or even Scotland or Wales, there's a really good website to be having a look at, and it's called the Mountain Weather Information Service, and that goes into detail about the weather forecast on the tops of the hills or fells or mountains, and gives you an idea of whether it's going to be raining or not, whether the air clarity is going to be really good or whether it's going to be really poor. Also your visibility, whether you're actually going to see anything off the summits, and also your wind speed on the summits as well, and also very importantly the temperature, so you know what you're kind of wanting to pack with regards to clothing. I'll be honest with you, I'll always pack warm clothes, especially when I'm heading up into the hills. But yeah, really good website. It's free of charge, so please get out there and use it. It's a vital piece of information. With regards to planning the equipment that I'm going to be using, now normally I just pretty much take most of the stuff that I need to take. So normally there's my GoPro to do the handheld shots, the Nikon to do the photography side of things, and also the fill-in shots. I've now got the extra baggage of the drone. There's also my full filter kit for taking the photos, and there's also the Fuji camera to do all the time lapsing with. As well as all of that, I'll need one tripod for the time lapse, and also one tripod to take all the landscape shots as well. So before we go out, make sure all the batteries are charged in all your equipment, all your spare batteries are charged, all your memory cards are formatted, and also make sure all your lenses and filters are absolutely spotless as they can be, because the last thing you want is when the sun pops up from behind the horizon and then you get a really nice big lens flare straight across your screen, so then you're kind of missing that really good opportunity to be getting a nice clean image. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I've missed anything out, I'll pop it in the description. But now what we're going to do is we're going to head out into the field tomorrow morning and see what we come up with. So I'm going to go and get some sleep, and I shall see you guys in the morning for sunrise. The pre-dawn colours look really good, and then as I was approaching the area where I wanted to take some pictures and trying to find a composition, that light started fading. Just goes to show that you need to be patient and persevere, especially as far as light and nature is concerned.